Hi, welcome. In this video, I'm out here with Mylo. Mylo's here for service dog training for a 4-month-long process. Now, we're just like 1 hour into this. He just arrived. So this is the first time I've really interacted with him, okay, this way. So you're kind of getting to see right away. You're starting to see, again, the whole issue here about, I talk about interaction-based. Why this is a power play, okay? So here, this is all about beginning to get Mylo to become agreeable, okay, to specific interactions. So right here, you see he's not wanting to be right here, okay? So when I'm doing this, okay, understanding that he is holding a level of control in the relationship. He's already almost a year old, and so with his owner here, she already had Mylo, so she wants to, again, she has that need to have Mylo assist her with physical assistance, okay? So here, this is all part of the training, okay? Starting right from this point, starting to clean up the relationship, okay? Starting to create focus the right way. So here with Mylo, you see I'm not trying to, leverage him too much initially to get him right here, but that's going to be the focus. Okay, now Mylo's a Pitbull mix. You see how it's a Pitbull. Understand, Pitbulls have a really bad reputation for all the wrong reasons. Okay, this is all about, again, understanding through this interaction-based approach. This is about a real standard. Okay, nothing in the way, no barriers when it comes to changing all dogs, regardless of breed. You know, Pitbull, German Shepherd, Malinois, okay, all the same thing. Now here again, see, notice how I'm just kind of starting to, again, it's all about I'm the standard, okay, I'm the pillar, so to speak. So this is a power play, so it's all about engaging, okay, getting Mylo to be right exactly where I want him to be. Right here on my left side beside me, I'm communicating constantly through how I'm using the leash to start to get him to understand. Now understand, the dog, based on how you're interacting and how you're moving the leash, okay, it's about intent, okay, dogs understand the intent. So there is language being used. So I'm not engaged in asking. I'm not engaged in bribery. Okay, I talk a lot about that in my videos. This is all about interacting in a very specific way so that he's agreeable for the right reasons. Okay, influence needs to be part of the equation. So here I'm going to bring him forward here a little bit. Notice I do have the choke chain on him. Okay, I'm just leveraging here a little bit. I'm going to start to move them. I'm going to start to move them in here a little bit beside me, little moments here. Little push-pull. Notice here, see, there's a reason why dogs don't want to be right here. Okay, they want to be out in front, right? They want to keep some distance, right? Because once they get what's going on, the fact that you're starting to take control, right, it becomes that type of power play, okay? But understand that based on how you're engaging, this isn't about engaging in conflict, okay? I want him to be agreeable, right? So this is all about knowing just how to nudge, how to work the leash so that I'm constantly right here. I'm not going to let him lay down. See that? I interrupted that. So again, once the dog gains control, they use their body weight to try to make this stop. Okay? So same thing. I'm just kind of interrupting some of his, kind of how his mind is responding and moving. I'm interrupting some of that. See, I'm starting to put a little bit of integrity into what I'm doing here, moving them forward here. So you got to kind of get to see this. This is hour 1. And the good thing is, I'm going to show this whole process. So, day after day, compare the videos, you're going to see dramatic change here very quickly with Mylo. Same thing, you see I'm leveraging here, bringing them in, communicating. The leash is like a paintbrush, okay? I'm constantly asserting control, starting to get him to go exactly where I want him to be. See that? Now, there is release points too. Even though I'm using the choke chain, for a bigger, more powerful dog, I need that type of leverage, okay? But it's about how you use it, okay? Even though sometimes it looks tight, there's release points happening all the time, okay? So when he gives, I give, right? And there's times that I'm not going to, put too much influence over him, just knowing when to stop and when to assert, okay? So, because there is a process, he needs to work through this, okay? But at the same time, you have to know where that line is when it becomes him, maintaining a level of control and just how much to move that line, okay? When to move it, okay? Because here's the thing, is that the dog's holding a lot of control, okay? And even though you might be thinking you're doing everything reasonable, you could still get bitten. I'm not saying Milo's intending to bite me whatsoever. He's not, okay? But I'm just saying that you have to be very aware that you have to know how to do this in a way that the dog, that you're not going to put yourself in a position to get bitten. So I'm going to start to move here a little bit with Mylo. So as I move with him, start lining this up. I want him right here beside me. Little push pull. Not petting on him, okay, because that's the thing. I'm not making assumptions. I wait until I already know where I'm at in the relationship. So this is more about taking stress off him. Moving forward. Once my hand's ready here, I'll put him right into the sit position. Little push pull. He comes out of it, right, and moves away. And notice I'm not panicked or anything about getting him right here. I'm just how I'm continuing to nudge him closer to me, okay? So as things move along day after day, the integrity of what I'm doing will increase. Same thing, moving a step forward here. I'm just doing more of a one-step type of interaction. Taking my time. See him, he's already starting to look at me. Okay, his focus is already shifted towards me because that's what happens. These interactions start to change his focus, okay? Because what I'm saying is, hey, I'm in control. You know, you're going to move with me. I'm going to direct you exactly where I want you to go. Because again, this is all about relationships. See, he wants to move away a little bit. I'm going to move him in. Because here's the thing, I'm doing the exact same interactions each time. So this isn't meant to be erratic. If it's erratic, it's going to create conflict. Okay, this is very intentional, very specific. Forward. And how I'm doing this, not pushing hard. Okay, this is, see, he comes out of it right there. I know when to release. See, it's the same thing. I'm not going to push it too much, but I'm still in control. See how I come out of that? But all the time, I'm still in control. No matter, even if I accommodate him somewhat, okay, with not trying to put too much influence over him, okay, I'm still in control. So there is some accommodation here at first, because this isn't meant to, except how I'm doing this isn't meant to create a war, okay? This is just about, this is a power play, but I want him to be, see that? So I have my moment. So this is all about just me lining up my moments, okay? As I'm interacting. I got my moment, he's right here. So I nudge a little bit. His head looks at, tap a little bit, see how it's a little bit of inwardness there. This will excite him a little bit too. You know, endorphins are kicking off. Because again, he's a Pitbull, higher drive dog. Same thing, directing him right in beside me. Little nudge of the leash. I'm using my favorite leather leash today. Saw a video on that. I got my little 4-foot leash back, so I'm happy. So see, same thing. See, he's coming out. That's normal, okay? Back in. I'm going to direct him back in because, again, I want him to come into agreement. But I also know he's also, you know, he's working through this. This is just hour one, okay? So he's just arrived. So this is just starting to set some groundwork here, starting to set up expectations. I'm starting to line up these interactions. Same thing. Move forward, one step, on it right here. And this will help calm him down in the crate too, okay? Starting to have him in the crate. You know, he's starting to, you know, he doesn't, pretty a little disagreeable, nothing too crazy or anything, but this is where I'll use a remote collar on vibration, right, to help settle him down. Same thing, comes out of it. I'm not in a panic about it. I'm going to keep, you know, still maintain control. Take my time. See, coming out, direct them back around here. I'm always moving the leash the same way all the time. Don't let them lean on, you know, you want your dog leaning on you. Move forward. As soon as I go, he's got to go. Notice I'm not using words, language. Okay, it's the language of the method. Because he understands. I'm moving the same. He understands the intent of what I'm doing. Same thing. Right in. Okay, moving away from me a little bit. I'm not panicking. I'm still putting, even though he moves away from me, I'm not going to let him lay down either. He wants to lay down. I'm going to interrupt that. So here we go. This will, again, I'm going to stop it here just a moment. This is the starting point, right? Expectations increase all the time, but this is just kind of a, you know, starting to warm up, okay? Starting to, you know, engage, starting to interact with him. You know, bringing focus onto me through these interactions. So starting to speak the right language to him, again, through an interaction-based approach. Same thing, comes out here, watch this, move him around, right? I'm always lining this back up. Slides out, I'm not in a panic, but see how he slides out here, but see how I'm still, you know, by how I'm moving the leash, I'm still telling him, no, that's not what I want. So anyway, Mylo, beautiful dog. Again, pit bulls get a bad reputation for all the wrong reasons. It's always a human problem. Understand, whenever a dog gets a bad rap, it's because that breed, that dog's gaining control in the relationship. So again, really want to emphasize the interaction-based approach. Okay, that's the solution. Okay, to make sure that I'm meeting his needs. Okay, make sure that his perception is going to change the right way, because it's all fading in. So with being a service dog, right, I need to fade in at a very high level for him to perform tasks that I need him to perform for his owner. So he needs to help the owner with, you know, lifting off the ground, in terms of picking up objects. But you're going to see all of that during the process, this whole 4-month process. So it's back and forth. It's 2 weeks with me, 2 weeks back with the owner, with me involved, and it goes back and forth to help mirror it up. So again, Mylo, you know, he's a little bit, again, you know, he's somewhat disagreeable, okay, to these interactions. That's normal. I'm not trying to bite me or anything like that. This is all about just, again, starting to, you know, engage the right way. You know, you see how he's, you know, same thing. But again, I'm saying this all makes sense. Once you start to see other reactions from the dog, right? Same thing. Starting to move him forward here. You'll see him lock in at times, right? Now here I'm going to put some down pressure on him. So it's helpful too, the dog's holding a lot of control. Put a little bit of down pressure on him. I'm not pushing hard, I'm just locking my shoulder in. And that helps it even take more stress off of him, okay? You know, when you get a lot of that type of kind of conflict that way, where a dog is, you know, going to challenge, you know, just be careful you do it though. It's like knowing what you can get away with. You know, for some dogs, you want to make sure they have a muzzle on. I don't need a muzzle with Mylo here, but again, doing it down with him very helpful to help to kind of relax him, take some stress off of him, and get him to just have a moment here. But even when he's down here on the ground, I'm still nudging a little bit, because I just want him to take a breath and relax. Okay, so again, this is the first part of it. I'm going to put out lots of video content. You get to see the whole process, the whole entire 4 months. This is just hour 1. Okay, so again, as you watch the videos, pay attention to how he's changing. The agreeableness is going to become more and more agreeable to these interactions. His perceptions change the right way, brings focus on to me the right way, so I can start to get him to perform specific tasks for his own. Thanks for watching.